Hi, IBHL Economics students. You have to sit for an additional paper called Paper 3, which your SL students do not have to sit for. Paper 3 has undergone a revamp since 2022, and there's an additional question you have to complete, which is called the policy question. In Paper 3, you have to choose one out of two questions, and both questions have got a policy question in it. The policy question gives an opportunity for students to act like economists to suggest a policy to solve a problem described in the question. This policy question is actually 10 marks, and the total mark weightage of Paper 3 is 30 marks. So the policy question actually takes up approximately 33% of the total marks, which is quite a heavy mark weightage. So in this video, I'll share with you some tips and tricks on how you could ace the policy question to help you score well in Paper 3. I've come up with an acronym to help you structure your Paper 3 policy question. And the acronym is PIPE, P-I-P-E, which stands for Problem, Information, Policy, and Evaluation. To answer the Paper 3 policy question well, first of all, you have to state the problem mentioned in the question. Then you have to explain using the information given the question as to why this particular policy is chosen. And finally, you have to list out the advantages and disadvantages by evaluating the policy. I'm going to show you an example of how to answer the Paper 3 policy question. In this example, the air quality in New Delhi has deteriorated to a very poor quality and has caused many problems for the residents, which includes breathing problems as well as eye irritations. Air pollution in New Delhi is mainly caused by diesel-powered cars, coal-fired power stations, and burning of waste materials. In this question, you are supposed to use the data and the text provided to come up with one policy. One policy, just remember, it's just one policy that can help to solve the problem of air pollution in New Delhi. Step 1. I first state the problem, which is air pollution, and that creates negative externalities of consumption on third parties. In this case are the residents who experience health problems such as breathing problems as well as eye irritation. Step 2. Information. Based on the information given in the text, diesel-powered cars actually produce a lot of air pollution. Hence, it may be good to suggest a greener alternative, that is to use greener cars with fuels which are cleaner and produce less pollution. In step 3, we have to come up with a suitable policy, and one suitable policy would be to subsidize the production of electric cars. As you may know, when you provide a subsidy, the cost of production reduces, hence the supply curve of the electric cars actually increases. So you may like to draw a demand and supply diagram to illustrate how this works. When the supply shifts to the right, the price of electric cars would fall and the quantity of electric cars will also increase. And since electric cars and diesel-powered cars are actually substitutes, fall in the price of the electric cars will actually decrease the demand for diesel-powered cars. Hence, this will reduce the consumption of diesel-powered cars and also reduce air pollution. In step 4, we have to evaluate the policy and we have to provide a balanced view on whether the policy would work. In the previous section, we have already discussed how electric cars can actually help to reduce air pollution. But in this section, we also have to look at the negative impact of the electric cars. So one of the problems electric cars will cause is that it actually increases government spending. And unless the government has the budget to allow for spending on subsidies, this may not work out. We've come to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.